Hello. How is everyone doing? Look, I just got a Facebook notification that I went live. That's awesome.
You have to watch yourself later.
Yeah, I will. Well,
I'm sure you will. You always do.
No, I don't. So sometimes.
I go back and watch this live, whether you do or not.
That's funny. So how is everybody doing? Thanks a lot for watching. We really appreciate you being on. Welcome to the Bragg Show. Be rich and generous.
Thanks for your grace last week with the 4th. Hope you guys had safe and happy holidays and were able to get some rest and relaxation. Maybe some, some pool time, some barbecue time, hot burgers and hot dogs, whatever it is you guys do for the 4th, and some fireworks. You went and watched some fireworks, didn't you?
I did. We went to the church, New River Church, and we watched the fireworks. And to see what was happening there, it's always a cool event. It's a huge firework event. It's an annual event now. And I actually took one of the umbrellas from the house. Like, the crank out umbrellas, right? I took one of those from the house and folded it up, put it in the back of the SUV, and took it out there. And here I am carrying the big umbrella,
You're that guy.
You're that guy. I am that guy. And then I set it up, and it was in front of a lot of people. But they were really nice about it.
Yeah,
but,
he's that one.
But I was glad that I brought it when it started raining.
I'm sure.
Just before the fireworks.
I'm sure. There were people thinking they should have done the same thing.
I know, right? There were actually some people that brought those, those big pop-up canopy things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were some people that brought some of those. Speaking of those, we got like 3 or 4 of them in our house that we're getting ready to buy, which is pretty cool. So anyway, welcome to the show. Thanks a lot for being here. Really appreciate it. We got a lot to cover
in a short amount of time.
Yeah, we first thing I want to talk about though is we do have a 3-day event coming up
in August. Yeah, registration's open for that now. It is going to be August 9th, 10th, and 11th. That is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We had gone to a different model, but we're back on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday model. So if you guys want to get registered for that, it is LarryGoinsLive.com. You can pick up your seats, which are refundable tickets. It's a $97 seat registration, but it is refundable once you attend the event. And that is August 9th, 10th, and 11th.
That's awesome. And go to LarryGoinsLive.com. It is me, myself, and I teaching all 3 days.
And me, myself, and I aggravating from the back of the room.
Right. She'll be there, unfortunately. And our team will be there too. Our guys who buy and sell properties with us.
Right.
And our whole team will be there throughout the weekend. So it's really a cool training event. We do charge a $97 seat reservation. We don't keep it. We refund that. That's just so we get an accurate account and people aren't just willy-nilly saying,
I'll come.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Show up. Yeah, I can't stand that. You guys know how logistical I am or how analytical I am with logistics. And so that seat reservation thing with the refund is all my fault. It is because of me to make sure that I get an accurate head count for seating, for supplies, for staff, and everything like that to make sure that we can take care of you guys while you're there.
Awesome. Look, Eugene's in the house, Ben's in the house. Jimmy, what's going on? How are you guys doing? So, go to LarryGoinsLive.com or you can call, what's the number?
803-831-2858.
803-831-2858. Right. All right. So what's the next thing we want to talk about? I want to talk about the deal of the week. The deal of the week. The deal of the week is a deal that I wanted to share with you guys that it's a deal that was a very, very difficult deal to negotiate. Right? Now, I am a salesperson, okay? I'm a salesperson
by nature, from
really
birth.
I'm a closer, right? ABC, always be closing.
All the way down to his feet.
And Kandas even gave me a hard time about this one because she said, well, what's going to happen if it was this hard to close? How hard is it going to be to actually close the deal?
This is the difference between a visionary and an integrator. He sees the hunt. He sees the chase. He's a sales guy, and that is all fine and good. I am logistical, right? I'm looking at a time frame. I'm looking at inventory. I'm looking at the expense, the bandwidth cost that it's going to put on the people, right? The people effect and everything like that. And I know that when we've had sellers who wanted to be as involved and kept up to date and different things like the seller is, they have been difficult transactions. Yes, they have, that have taken a lot longer than they should have, and the payoff is to me is not as good.
And
But
we'll see what happens.
So this is a deal of the week that I don't feel is going to be that great in the end, but I could be wrong when we're paying people commissions out at the closing 12 months from now. So stay tuned for how that works out.
So this is a deal that the lady originally wanted $40,000. Kenny's in the house. What's up, Kenny? Edith's in the house. Dave. So this is a deal where the lady wanted $40,000, right? She's got some things going on personally in her life with her kids and stuff, and she needs some money.
Right.
And
we are about helping people, and we were able to solve this lady's problem.
Maybe, hopefully, right?
As of right now.
So anyway, ended up negotiating the deal at $25,000. Okay.
From 40 to 25.
40 to 25. And she said, okay. So Trey, our acquisition guy, went out there to the house, and he's going through, taking pictures, all that good stuff. And she doesn't want to sign the contract. Okay. She doesn't want to sign the contract.
She wants to write a bunch of stuff in.
She really, because we didn't have a contingency, right? She said, I just want to know how you can back out of the contract. What has to happen for you to be able to back out of the contract? I said, anything. It doesn't really matter. Anything can happen. If I don't like the color of the third bedroom, I can back out of the contract, right? If I decide that I want to spend my money somewhere else, I can back out of the contract, right? So, and I tried to tell her it's a one-page standard real estate offer to purchase. It says I'm buying your house as is where it is, and I'm paying cash, and I'm paying all the closing costs, right? Even if she used one of those 8 to 12-page realtor contracts, even if it has an inspection period, somebody could back out. It's no different, right? It's no different. The only difference is if we back out 2 days later, she can get the deposit, right?
That's right.
So anyway, it all came down to she was really concerned about being able to pick who bought the house, right? And she said, I really just want the neighbors, people who live around here, I want to give them an opportunity to be able to buy this property.
Granted, she hasn't tried to sell it to anybody else before we called her to buy it.
Right.
She hasn't thought about trying to sell it to anybody else until we called her with an interest to buy it.
Well, she called us from a postcard, right?
Right. Well, yeah, she called us from a postcard we sent out to buy it.
Right. So here's the deal. So she said, I really want to give them an opportunity to be able to buy the property. I said, well, when do you think you'll know something? She said, how about a week from Friday? This was just 2 days ago, Monday, I believe, right?
It was Monday. Mm-hmm.
It was Monday. So she said, a week from this Friday. So I said, look, a week from Friday, if we go ahead and get things rolling, a week from Friday, we'll already have the title search back. We'll have done our due diligence. We'll be well on our way to getting you your money, not closing, getting you your money.
That's a very important phrase because you want them to start spending the money in their head.
Right.
Ahead of it. Yeah. She called us from a postcard, Kenny.
So here's what I said. I said, so what you're telling me is you want the opportunity to talk to some of the neighbors and make sure that none of them might want the property. And she said, yes. I said, well, I'll tell you what I want to do. I said, how long do you need? She said, well, a week from this Friday.
Right.
I said, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to write a clause in the contract so we can go ahead and get this thing started today. We're going to write a clause that says seller may cancel this contract in 15 days, right?
Which I thought was ludicrous. This whole go ahead.
Seller may cancel this contract within 15 days if they get a cash offer from another buyer within a half mile of the property, right? So Trey wrote that in and she signed it. Trey wrote it in and she signed it. So in reality, it's probably, and I tried to tell her this, that what neighbor is going to want to buy this house, right? What's the chances of a neighbor wanting to buy another house? I've never seen somebody local buy a house unless it's right next door, right? And the house right next to her is a rental property, I believe. and the house on the other side, it's a corner lot. The house on the other side is no house. It's a cemetery, right? It's one lot back.
And this house is not, I mean, people are living in it, but it doesn't look like it's lived in.
Now,
so I'm not sure who right around her is going to want to buy it because of the work that it needs to go into it.
Well, we looked at this property this morning, right? Because Trey got his pictures uploaded. We looked at it this morning, and it does need a lot more work than we anticipated.
Yes, cash offer for same amount or more.
I'm not sure what that's about, but
So on the contract for her to be able to sell it to somebody else.
Oh, okay. I didn't even put that. I just said cash offer.
Even more ludicrous.
It didn't matter to me. It's not going to happen anyway, right?
I don't think the whole deal's going to happen.
People have these ideas about things that they want to do or think about doing or would like to do, but it doesn't happen, right? So they have good intentions, but it just doesn't happen.
You got to get past, and I do agree with, and I know sometimes we have to fight, more times than not, we have to fight the emotional connection that some people have to the house. And this was a clause that could go in to the contract to help her emotionally kind of let go of the property. And you do have to deal with that sometimes.
That's
we
true.
have to deal with it a lot.
That's true. We had a deal a while back where the person selling the house lived next door. It was their parents' house. So we tried our best to kind of help get the right neighbor next to them because we told them we would do that.
We did try.
We did.
And we sold it 4 different times because they interfered.
They did interfere.
with our people.
So we finally just closed on it, and we started to put up no trespassing signs, but we nicely told them not to come back.
Right.
So anyway, so we're going to go in and probably renegotiate this deal from 25. My goal is to renegotiate it down to 10. I hope she's not watching yet. But
well, we have valid reasons for it. It's a 1900s house. It needs to be upfitted. It needs to be remodeled. There are things in it that are unfit and unsafe that are going to have to be dealt with.
But it is a historic house.
Which could cause, that could be a benefit or a curse, right? Because depending on the county that's in, the county has certain guidelines or restrictions, whichever way you want to look at it, on how that house has to be remodeled, since it is characterized, or since it is marked as a historical site, a historical landmark. So that could be a blessing. It could be a curse, depending on that county's regulations on how we have to, or how our buyer would have to remodel.
Right.
So lots of stuff happening with this deal of the week.
There you go.
We'll see how it plays out.
That's it. So let's answer Jimmy's question here. He had a guy yesterday told him he wanted to see if relatives would give him 20. Jimmy can't do that. He offered him 12. Hey, here's what you could do. Mm-hmm. You could put a clause in the contract so you could go ahead and get it locked up.
Yep.
Because listen, whether you close or not, whether they back out or not, you got to get them closed in their mind, because
spending the money.
The paper doesn't matter if they're not sold in their mind, right? So the more you can get them involved and the more you can get them committed, the more you get them in get them in the glue, right? You get them in the glue, and then they start, okay, well, they're anticipating the closing. They're spending the money in their mind, right? So the first thing to do is just get them on paper, move forward with everything, right? So Jimmy, what you could do in that case is write up the contract. Let's say seller can cancel this contract anytime in the next 15 days if one of the seller's relatives send them a cash offer in writing to buy the same property, right? So you could go ahead and get it tied up. So it's a way just to speed up the process, because the longer it takes, remember with lead, the older they get, the colder they get. Okay? Very, very, very important.
And another thing that could happen is they could not take the initiative, even ask the heirs. Like, you give them 15 days in the contract, and that's what could happen with this lady. She hasn't asked anybody around her if they want to buy it yet, So I don't know why I really don't know why I would think that she would actually actively go out and do that now.
Right. Kind of like the guy that we're buying a house from right now for $10,000, mm-hmm. and he owes $8,000 in taxes, and he's like, I'll just let it go back. Wait a minute. getting zero versus putting $2,000 in your pocket, you're choosing zero. I'm
Right.
confused, right? So anyway, you just never know. People aren't going to do. Most people won't do what they say they're going to do or what they say they want to do,
Mhm.
right? A lot of people have good intentions, but they never follow through.
Right.
So let's talk about eight keys to success that lead to success. Okay.
We did this the other morning in the morning meeting. It was really good. So I'm glad that you wanted to do this on, Bragg.
It is really cool. It is
really
cool.
simple, but it's really good stuff.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, cool. So the very first thing is if you really want to be successful, you want to have a successful business, successful career, you want it to not be work, but enjoy it.
Right.
Find something you're passionate about. Number one is passion. Find something you're passionate about, right?
I think that's a big thing where it doesn't feel like work.
Right.
Like what you said, the last thing that you said, it doesn't feel like work because it's a passion.
That's true. And listen, it could be real estate. It could be helping others. It could be whatever it is, right? But that's something that only you can determine. You have to determine what is your passion. And don't get me wrong, there's going to be, there's things about real estate that I don't enjoy doing. I don't enjoy the paperwork. I hate the paperwork.
We
I don't
all
do the
hate
paperwork.
when he gets involved in the paperwork.
I hate the paperwork. I don't want to do it. You can't make me. You can't make me.
It's a bad situation for everybody when he has to hold a piece of paper.
I will put something off until after the last minute, right? Until after the last minute. And then I pick it up and like, wow, this was so easy. Why didn't I do this 3 months ago? Right?
It's horrible.
So I hate it. So the first thing is find out what you're passionate about. Okay? What are you passionate about? Why are you laughing at me?
It's just, it's comical.
So the second thing is work. You've got to enjoy what you're doing to work. You've got to work, whatever it is. It is work, but you want it to not feel like work, right?
I think there's times with everything, even if it's a passion, where you're going to have to put your head down and grind. And that's just a way of life. I think it's just a way to push past any failures, push past obstacles. You have to work at, what is it? You have to plan your work and work your plan.
Right.
Isn't that what it is? And you just sometimes have to put your head down and grind.
That's exactly right. The third thing is focus. Focus. Put the blinders on. You should read the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller.
Very good book, yeah.
Right? Just focus. Focus on one thing. When you try to go in a dozen different directions, you're not going to do any of them very well. In fact, I see a lot of real estate investors. They start out wanting to do wholesaling, then they can't do anything there. They want to do fix and flips. They can't do anything there. They try seller financing, rental properties, lease options, short sales. They're just trying everything. It doesn't make any difference what you try. Try something and stick with it, right? That's why I tell people, just like direct mail, you got to do it for 90 days.
At least. You have
90
to
days.
Yeah.
You got to mail at least 3 times to make anything in direct mail. That's what gets your momentum going, right? So you got passion, work, and focus. And the next thing is persist. Persist. You're going to have obstacles. You're going to have things that frustrate you. You're going to have roadblocks. You're going to have people put up walls, right?
You'll have things that may seem like failures, but you're going to fail forward if you persist, if you keep pushing.
Which is another good book, Failing Forward.
Failing Forward is a great book. That's 2 right in this episode that you guys need to make sure you get. The One Thing and Failing Forward.
Right. So you got to persist through the hard times, right? Oh, I've been mailing 75 days and I haven't got a deal yet. Mail again. Do some other things, right?
Check your postcard. If you ain't got a deal after 75 days with 2 postcards out, something might be wrong.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And here's my opinion. The postcard is not that important, right? I know some guys that are really successful in real estate, and they say, I don't care. I can handwrite with magical marker. Are you getting ready to say something about me?
Nope.
You're backing up.
Not yet. Not yet.
So they just write on a postcard with magical marker that says, I want to buy your house. Call me. Here's my cell phone.
See, if I had been standing there, you'd have whacked me in the face with that imaginary pen.
With that magical marker.
That imaginary pen.
Okay, so passion, work, focus, persist. And the next is ideas. Always be coming up with ideas. Always, always, always come up with ideas.
Now, this may be hard if you're an integrator, right? If you're an integrator, you honestly need a visionary. Sometimes visionaries can be visionaries and good integrators. Sometimes integrators can be integrators with visionary tendencies. That's what Larry calls me. But where I thrive is when I'm able to, as an integrator, push an idea that my visionary has forward. So if you're not really good with the idea thing on your own, you can get books, you can look at blogs, you can be in Facebook groups and all that kind of stuff, or you can attach yourself to an integrator, to a visionary that is really good at that front part, and you help excel on the back.
Every visionary needs a good integrator, okay? Every successful visionary has a good integrator. I'm the visionary, Kandas is the integrator, right? What that means is I'm all about where are we going, right? Kandas is all about how do we get there? Today, this week, this month, this quarter, this year, and next year, right?
Right.
So that's the difference between visionary and integrator. I'll give you an example. Walt Disney. Walt Disney's a visionary, right? Integrator is Roy, his brother, right? Another one is visionary Steve Jobs. Who do you think the integrator is? Wozniak, right? So that's the integrator visionary relationship.
So Larry has all these big ideas, right? He's really good at this what leads to success. Everything that that's listed that he's going to talk about today, these 8 things, he has been really good at. I would say that ideas are his strongest suit with these 8 things. He's great, and I don't want to blow your ego up here too much. I started to say brilliant, but that's going a little far. But
well, I don't
he is very, very good with the ideas. And then when we talk about them out loud, we start whiteboarding stuff, we start brainstorming stuff. Different ideas come out of those when we start looking at the analytical side. So ideas are extremely important. Having an integrator to help push that stuff through and maybe challenge a few of them on logistics is also really important too.
Exactly. Really, really good point, Kandas.
Thanks.
So you've got to have good ideas. You always want to be thinking about new ideas, scaling your business, going off on different ventures, and don't think small, think big, right?
Huge.
A lot of people think,
Audacious.
I'm too old, I'm too big, I'm too small, whatever it is. Don't worry about it. Just dream big. You worry about the details later, right? So next thing is, after ideas is you've got to get good at whatever it is you're passionate about, whatever it is that you're working on, that you want to focus on, you've got to get good at it, right? I don't care if you have a mentor, a coach, or go to school for it, whatever it is, you've got to get good. They say it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at something.
Right.
10,000 hours, right? I have no idea how many hours I've been involved in real estate education, learning, reading books, going to seminars, home study courses, talking to people, masterminds, coaches, coaching people. Because a lot of times when you coach and mentor people, you remember things, right, that you forgot. But I've got a huge library of books, courses. I got 2 bookcases right behind me. There's 2 more in front of me, and I've got 2 or 3 of them at home. Right?
Well,
Plus,
you have a whole closet thing happening right here.
I do. I got a closet right over there.
In the hallway.
So, yeah, across from the executive bathroom. So, anyway, so
moving on.
You got to get really good at what it is you're passionate about, what it is you want to do. So, just a lot of people think this is not the right attitude, but a lot of people think, and I offend some people, but I've heard a lot of people tell me, well, Larry, if I buy your course, am I going to ever have to buy another course? Well, if you think you can buy one course and know everything you need to know about being a successful real estate investor, and that's all you want to ever buy, then just get out of the business. Don't even try, right? Because you need to want to learn. You need to have a hunger for learning. You need to want to get good at your craft.
Right.
You need to want to get good at your passion. Not, is this the only book I'll ever have to read or the only course I'll ever have to buy, right? So that's exactly what you need to do. Look, Jimmy, That's why I have you and Kandas.
That was not.
Let's
I'm just kidding.
to mentor him, yeah.
No,
So-
yeah, that part I get.
And Jimmy emails me 2 or 3 times a day, every day, right? Which I love. It's because he's doing stuff. He's
Well,
already
he's
got a couple
hungry.
deals under contract.
And he's hungry and he's looking to learn. And so, and I think that when you are looking to get good at your craft, if it's a passion, it's not like, oh, I've got to go, I've got to go do this. Oh, you're looking for stuff to buy.
Right.
You're looking for stuff to be involved with. I'm passionate about being an integrator. I know that's what I am. It took me years to figure out a word for what it is that I felt naturally and to be able to put that into action. And now I go to integrator forums where there's other integrators there. I'm part of blogs. I'm part of groups. I get books. There's a new academy course coming out that I want.
It's really a support group to complain about visionaries.
It is not. It is not. We do that, but it is not all that. It is not all that. But, I want to get better at it. I want to know different ways I can help our staff. I want to know different ways that I can support him and keep things in motion and balanced and all of that stuff. And so it doesn't feel like, because that's a passion, it doesn't feel like, oh, I have to go to another seminar on being an integrator. I want to do it, and I'm hungry, and I look for opportunities where I can do stuff like that. And you guys should be the same way.
That's awesome. That's good. Good stuff. Good stuff. So the next thing, right? We've covered passion, work, focus, persist, ideas, get good at it.
Right.
And the next thing is you've got to have somebody pushing you, right? You've got to have somebody pushing you. In the little video we watched the other day, it was like he was using an example of your mom. Your mom pushes you, right? Not all of us are that fortunate to have a mom that pushed us, right? My mom didn't push me. My mom just always praised me at everything I did.
She supported everything that you did.
She supported.
She didn't push you.
Listen, I could tell my mom, when I was little, I could tell my mom, hey, I want to grow up and be a bank robber. She'd probably say, you're going to be the best bank robber that there ever was. Right?
And might even drive the car. Just to make sure you could get away.
She might have even driven the car for me.
Miss Ann was a saint. When it came to Larry, he could do no wrong.
That's true.
Miss Ann was his biggest fan. If anybody were to ever have a mom tattoo on their arm, he should have one. Because she loved him to no end. He could do no wrong.
I'm surprised she didn't have a tattoo that said son here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they should have had matching ones.
I know, that's funny. That's funny. Brenda is a good pusher.
You're
exactly
I noticed
right.
that when y'all were here. She definitely is.
She keeps you in line, right, Jimmy?
she is a good one.
Okay, so you need somebody to push you, okay? And the last thing is you need to learn to serve, okay? You need to learn to serve. You need to learn to give. You need to learn to help others, right? There's different things that we're involved in as an organization and personally.
Right.
Our church did not a march, they called it a walk at a prayer walk at an abortion clinic this past Saturday. And so little things like that, I shouldn't say little things, but things like that, you've got to be able to serve others and help others. It's really, really important. And that's one of the reasons we do like our partner program, where when we partner with students like Jimmy, like Ben, and some other people, then when you close deals, our portion of the partnership goes to help others.
Right.
We just we had a partner close a deal just a couple of days ago that they helped the Rock in Rock Hill. Part of their proceeds went to renew our community in Rock Hill. It's a day homeless shelter in York County. So, you just need to find something to serve, somebody to serve, to help people that are less fortunate than you. Because I got to tell you, if you're feeling down, if you're depressed, if you're not happy, if you're like, what am I doing? I'll never amount to anything, whatever. If you're down on yourself, go find somebody else in worse shape than you, right? That's the best kind of therapy there is go help some other people. You'll find out how blessed you really, really are.
Right.
Wouldn't you agree?
I would, and there's something that we heard somewhere, and I've heard it several times throughout life, but Most recently, it was like when your fists are closed and you're trying to hold on to everything that you've got, and you are trying to control everything and just hold on so tight, you can't receive anything else either. Your hands have to be open to give and to receive. So when you're able to serve, you're also going to get stuff back in return that you may not even know you were missing. So with the serve, I would just kind of keep you or ask you guys to keep in mind that visualization of having open hands, and hopefully you'll get as much back, or you should, if not more, back when you're giving.
That's awesome. Really, really good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you got a lot out of those 8 different ways and keys to success that lead to success. If you have an interest in partnering with us, you can go to larrygoins.com/apply and apply to do that. And you got anything else we need to share?
No, just the event. Just the event, larrygoinslive.com for August. And I will tell you, as of this minute, right now, the August event is our last event of this kind for the year. We're as of right now, this is the last 3-day event of its kind on the books this year and beyond. I have it scheduled for next year, and August is the last one of 2019. So if you guys have an interest in coming to a 3-day event and the education that goes along with that, with all aspects of real estate, everything that Larry covers, you need to go to larrygoinslive.com and go ahead and register your seats. Seating is limited, but I can tell you it's not an urgency tactic or anything like that. This is our last one for right now.
It is. We had one in November.
I don't lie to y'all.
It is, and we had another one scheduled for November, but we canceled that one
This morning.
Yeah. So look at Terry. Terry put all 8 ways out there. Terry's a visionary and a note taker.
That's right.
Right? That's awesome. So yeah, sounds good. I really appreciate you guys being on here. Thank you so much. Can we stream those events for the partners?
Nope.
Would love to get that encouragement. If you're talking about the 3-day, occasionally we will do a stream, but it costs a lot of money to have the camera crews set up, 2 or 3 different angles, keep track of all that.
Not happening.
So if on any events that we charge $500 a piece for, we stream those, right? Because we have it in the budget. But these are free events, so we very rarely do that. I think we did one like a year and a half ago or something. I think was the last one we did. But anyway, so we're going to have to do one coming up here sometime next year.
Well, right now,
the short answer is no.
Yeah, right now, the short answer is no, because this is the only one that I've got, and I know it's not going to happen for August.
Yeah, there you have it. Well, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Hope you got a lot out of it. Please make a list of these that Terry has so graciously typed out. Yeah, just copy that and make a list of it and keep it with you and remember that, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it.
Bye, guys.